Hello, agentpreneurs, and welcome to episode 110 of the Daily List Report. Before we get started today, as promised, we are going to announce the winners of our three $100 gift cards from the contest that we ran about a week or so ago. So our winners are, I'm going to mess this up a little bit, my apologies, Luzselenia Lopez from DeBerry, Florida, Tiffany Dayton from Memphis, Tennessee, and Bryce White from Winter, South Dakota. So congratulations to all of you who've all been notified, and you're gonna get a nice $100 gift card in your email. Hopefully you can buy something fun with that. All right, so today's show, we've got a new familiar face, Ashley Musick. She's on our team here at ListReport. She loves social media. You all have loved her episodes about TikTok and social media and stories and all kinds of cool stuff. And today she's here to talk all about TikTok. She's going to tell you how to use it, her tips on creating content, how to get started, how to actually create a video, add your sound effects, your music. TikTok is a really fun platform. It's a way for you, frankly, to be able to reach a new type of audience, a more millennial-focused audience. And so definitely pay attention and give it a shot today. So without further ado, here's Ashley.
Hi, agentpreneurs. I'm Ashley, and today I'm back to talk about TikTok. So in my last video that I did, we compared Instagram Reels versus TikTok. So if you're curious about comparing the two, go watch the other video. I actually talked more about Instagram Reels in that one and went over how to use it and all of that. So this video is going to focus more on TikTok, what it is, why you should use it, what the differences are. And just to reiterate quickly, the main difference, in my opinion, is mainly not in the format of it, but the access to your audience. And so with TikTok, I'm going to say it's just going to take a little bit more to get started because you're going to have to start from scratch. It's a new platform. You're going to need to get new followers and all of that. But it's a really creative and exciting format. Whereas Instagram Reels, though it mimics TikTok a lot in format, you're already starting with all your followers, so they'll already have access to your Reels. So you can start with a following already. And there's not as much competition just since, it's a newer feature, and so there's not as many people on it yet. So that's a good bonus if you're looking to not have to start from scratch, but looking to expand your content forms. Instagram Reels might be a good place to do it. But today, let's talk about TikTok. So TikTok is a newer app, and I would say it appeals mainly to an audience that's a little bit younger. So this is anyone from teenagers. I think you're supposed to be 13 to use the app, and then it goes all the way up to probably around 30-year-olds. I mean, I'm mid-20s, and I'm on the app, so I feel like there's a broad range, and more people are getting on there. I mean, I'm sure parents who want to know what their teenagers are up to. Hopefully you guys will be on TikTok after this if I do a good job and you feel like it's valuable. But yeah, so there's a big range of audiences, but I would say that the majority of the audience is skewed a little bit younger. And for me, that I see that as an advantage in some ways, because when you're trying to access an audience, this is going to be a group of people that you largely probably haven't accessed yet, right? So when we're talking about buying a home and advertising buying a home, you're not usually thinking, oh yeah, let me market to teenagers and 20-somethings who aren't really at that stage in their life yet. But this is a great way, I think, to get your foot in the door and create content that not only just makes the home buying process more accessible, but can actually educate people. So me, I'm 23, no plans to buy a house in the immediate future, right? I don't know where I want to live permanently, don't know what my life's going to look like in 5 years. So that's not in my life plan at the moment in the immediate future. Obviously, one day I want to buy a home. But do I know what I need to do to get there? Absolutely not. Do I need to know what credit score I need? I'm guessing a good one. Do I know how to save for a down payment other than just like save as much as you can and cross your fingers and hope? Not really. So I think that this is a perfect opportunity as someone who would love to learn more about, hey, buying versus renting, and can I actually afford a mortgage, and what credit score do I need, and do I need to have a giant down payment? Like, I don't think I can pull $25,000 out at any point in my life. Seems like a lot right now. Maybe I can later, but things like that. So I think that TikTok is a great market for you to be able to create content where you can be very authentic. I would say that a big draw to TikTok is the focus on authenticity. And it's very casual. It's largely based on humor. So people don't want to see ads. They don't want to see that kind of fake professionalism or stiffness or any sort of staging, right? They don't want the YouTube ads that pop up and the Instagram influencers, as great as they are and as much as we love them, TikTok is not a place for people who are already famous. I mean, obviously they're on there and they're going to have followers just because they're already famous. But I think what's great about TikTok is it's more for the people. It's somewhere that anyone can have a video go viral because it's good content. It doesn't have to be, oh, you're a famous person. It's, wow, you created something that a lot of people liked and they found valuable. And that's where I think as a real estate agent, you guys could do really well with this. You could come in, and we had a TikToker on our show a few episodes ago. That mortgage guy is his handle on TikTok if you want to check him out. You can also look at the episode for his tips. And I think he talked a lot too about, he started and he was kind of trying to do the professionalism thing and be very informative and educational instead. But then when he really transitioned to being more funny, and he would just have fun with his family and talk about stories and share real experiences and just be a little silly, add some fun music, do some dances. People really related to that, and they got way more invested in his personality and who he was as a person. And I think that's a big thing about TikTok that I don't think you're going to find. You can Google best practices for TikTok and best advertising ideas and all of that. And they're going to give really good advice. Like, I think that's a great idea if you're really wanting to do research on this. But something that I really wanted to just drive home was I'm going to talk about different ways to create content and connect with people. But a lot of that is just going to be by being yourself. And you can, follow trends and do challenges and use hashtags and do all the social media tricks. But if you're creating things that are authentic, that are funny, and that are really helpful, genuinely helpful to people, you can be real. You can say, hey, you don't need an 800 credit score to be able to buy a home. Hey, you don't need a 20% down payment to do this. Let me show you. Here are 3 things I wish I knew to do in my 20s to prep for buying a home. Great. I would watch that. I would like that. I would want that to pop up on my feed because I'm super interested in learning how to adult, right? When you're a teenager and 20-something-year-old and you're on these platforms, there's a lot of really helpful content on there that tells you how to be an adult because there's no rule book. We've all learned, right? There's no rule book to being an agent. There's no rule book to being an adult. There's no rule book for anyone at this point in life. And so I think this is your chance to get in there and say, hey, I'm here to help you. You have questions? DM me. Let me tell you about this story. Or here's 5 ways to boost your credit as a 20-something or a 30-something, or here's buying versus renting, pros and cons, while I do a fun dance to some background music. Like, whatever you want to do, just do it and have fun. And people will relate to that more than anything. And this is the platform to do it on, right? Instagram is about the visual beauty, where TikTok, you don't have to be stunningly beautiful. You don't have to have the best sets. You don't have to have an amazing backdrop or something super eye-grabbing. You can just be yourself, and people love it. Telling stories on TikTok, again, it's not going to be as formal. It's a little different. So you definitely want to make sure you're telling stories that are engaging to your audience and are going to connect with people, right? You don't need to be so formal. Just do something that you would want to hear. If you were someone buying a home or selling a home, and you really weren't sure how to get started, what would you want to know? What would you want to hear? And deliver it in a way that fits the content. So if you go on TikTok and you scroll for 30 minutes, you're going to find tons of songs and sounds that are reused and have become trendy. And so if you find a particular sound that you like, or that it keeps popping up for you and you see it and there seems to be a dance that goes along with it, or a trend or something, learn from that. I would say that this is your chance to go through and really learn what challenges are popular, what hashtags work, what people are doing. Because again, it's authenticity, but also you can really gain attention and jump into people's algorithms and get on they call it the For You page, which is where content originates kind of randomly, but based on this algorithm. And what's really cool about TikTok is they have this algorithm that really is tailored to you. And what they try to do is they try to adapt to your taste to offer the most relevant, interesting, fun videos that are going to be the most eye-grabbing and engaging to you personally. So for me, I love books. You can see my bookshelf behind me. It's a great thing. Love books. So I get a ton of content about book reviews and, hey, if you liked Harry Potter, here's the next series you should read. I have all these people who are book experts, just like I hope I am, telling me exactly what I can go look for. And I don't even have to look that hard. They just tell me. So that's what you can be for real estate. And that's what's really fun about it. So the algorithm is going to populate based on what people like. So if you like a lot of the same trends, or if you like a lot of the same sounds, or if you like a lot of similar type videos, then that's going to populate. To me, what I love about it is it's, again, that kind of education through stories and through content that you can relate to and connect to, even if it's not your exact life situation. And so that's just what I really, again, want to keep driving home, is it's not about epic staging and perfect lighting and really being super creative with your content and busting out choreographed routines to music. Like, it doesn't have to be all cameras and lights and action. It can be you sitting in front of your computer dancing to a little TikTok song that's popular, I don't know, blinding lights, whatever it is, and just pointing to little bubbles that pop up, little text bubbles that say, hey, 3 ways to improve your credit so that you can buy a home in your 30s, or whatever you want to do. So that's super important. Humor is a great one. TikTok is full of humor. Sometimes it gets cringy, not gonna lie. Honestly, it's the place to do it. TikTok people seem to love it. People who create TikToks are called creators. And just as a basic breakdown, videos on TikTok are 15 seconds or 60 seconds long. And I think you can do in between. Generally, it just means that it's really short, condensed content. So you can scroll through hundreds of TikToks. Like, I think the average user spends about 52 minutes a day. And I definitely have days where I spend way more than that. But, self-admittedly, oops. But it really, doing that, if you go on and do that, that's going to help you become acclimated to popular trends and learn what kind of content you like to see so that you can help create content that mimics that. But 2, it means that you have a lot of exposure. A lot of people are flipping through video after video and they're short. And so you have to grab people's attention in a very short time span. So something that I would definitely recommend is try to give the very beginning of your video something that is attention grabbing, whether that's starting with a graphic or starting giving it kind of a title, like 3 things to improve your credit in your 20s so that you can buy a house. But just put that title on the beginning of the video. And then if I want to know that information, I'm going to hang around and watch it. If I'm not interested, probably going to scroll, right? But hey, if you don't know what the video is about and someone just starts talking or dancing, you might get some people who are just going to scroll because it doesn't capture their interest right away. Now, the caption is the second place that you have like a second chance to do this, where you can put some information, whether you want to put that title or add information or put a call to action, DM me for more info on buying a home, or have questions, whatever it is. The caption and that first, I want to say 2 to 3 seconds are going to be your biggest chance to grab someone's attention and keep hold and get them to keep watching the video. Figure out what type of video you want to do. And again, you don't have to stick to just one. And I know content creation can seem really intimidating, right? Like, I have to have all these ideas. And the good thing about TikTok is, again, consistency isn't the biggest deal, right? All of your videos are not going to go viral. Even if one goes viral, that does not promise that the next one's going to. And while that can be kind of frustrating, because a lot of other social media websites or apps will have that, right? Instagram, you get followers, and you might lose a follower here and there, but generally, it increases. Your number of followers goes up, you get more likes, more views, great. Same with YouTube, you get more subscribers, more viewers, all of that. Well, with TikTok, you definitely accumulate followers, but your views are going to be radically different depending on where your video ends up, whose For You page it ends up on, how many people their algorithm sets it up so that this appears and they view it and they like it. As you're going through, it can be really frustrating to see the numbers. The numbers are not going to match up and be consistently improving because that's not how the platform works. But I think in a way that can also be really freeing because it makes it more experimental as a platform. It means you don't have to stick to the same content, the same filter, the same aesthetic in order to engage people. It's a great place to, again, just be more relatable and get people to know you. And I know we've definitely had so many guests on these shows, and Randy is always driving home that factor of authenticity and saying, when people can relate and connect to you, your business is going to succeed because you are your business, right? You are what is drawing people in. And so that's why I think TikTok's a great thing to take advantage of, because you can just do that. You can just draw people in just by being yourself and having fun. And what better way to conduct business than by being yourself and having fun while doing it? So there's that. So a couple ideas: benefits of buying versus renting, 5 signs you're ready to buy a home, 3 things you can do in your 20s to prep for buying a home, 3 ways to improve your credit score, 3 things you didn't know about home buying, 5 tips for home ownership, 3 things you should do after buying a home. I don't know. Throw out numbers, throw out tips, anything that you feel like you get asked about a lot, or that you wish you had known, or that you feel like people tell you. But as a 20-something, again, I would love advice on what I should be doing, how I should be setting myself up for success, what questions I should be asking. When should I reach out to a real estate agent? Like, how do I decide how to buy a home? Who should I be involving in that decision? All of that. I think, whatever you think people need to know, tell us what we need to know, because we certainly don't know. I don't know. My friends don't know. Help us. Take advantage of the challenges. TikTok has a lot. Again, I was talking about the songs and how certain songs will go along with certain challenges. If something becomes popular, jump on the trend. Give it a try. If you see certain, dances being popular and you're into dancing, go for it. You can do a dance and then have real estate tips pop up in the background while you're doing the dance. And that's a great way to capture people's attention. Be like, wow, that's fun. I follow a dentist and she does that. All she does is just do dances and then gives dentist tips like, should you brush your teeth before or after you eat breakfast? Does it really matter? And she's like, it's more of a matter of opinion. But I'm like, hey, dental hygiene's important. Good to know. So whatever interests you, random things are going to pop up, but it can be a really fun, new, unique way to connect with people that they haven't really seen. And it makes you way more accessible so that these people can feel like, oh, I kind of know them. They're being silly and goofy and dancing around on my screen. I could totally just DM them with a question and just send them a message and say, hey, I've been thinking about this, but I don't know. What do you think? And it just makes you so much more relatable. So those are great. I'm going to actually dive into the app and show you a little bit more on the actual platform. But I think my last tip is just don't repurpose content from other platforms on TikTok. Because again, with that whole authenticity factor, people know. Like it seems, and not to sound like, oh, it's not exactly lazy, but it doesn't feel authentic the same way that, the other videos do when it's pretty obvious that someone just took their phone and recorded it on TikTok and was being silly. I think that you could take content. The only one that I would say is probably okay is to maybe do Instagram Reels. Like if you film something for an Instagram Reel and then also share it on TikTok. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but that would probably be all right. But anything else, I would say film it on TikTok, make the TikTok, and then share that TikTok on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on wherever you want, Snapchat. The TikTok video can go anywhere else on any other platform and is perfectly acceptable. But I think TikTok, that's just another thing that's kind of unique. And I think it's part of the audience being younger. They just like the more authentic feel. And so the feel that, oh, you took part of a YouTube video and put it as a TikTok, it doesn't speak to them the same way that filming and being vulnerable and authentic and just simple on the app does. It just doesn't have the same impact. All right, so I'm going to go on my phone now. So pardon me while I open this up. But so navigating TikTok, I'm going to turn my volume down so that you can't hear this. But navigating TikTok, when you open it, you're going to be opened onto the For You page. And that is, again, what I was talking about when I say random videos pop up. So again, the more you like and the more different times as you scroll, the ones that you like are going to be calculated into your algorithm. And again, that's a secret algorithm. I don't know what it is exactly. But as I flip through, you're just going to get a bunch of different videos that are based on things that you like and you have liked. Now, if you scroll to the left, you're going to see that you're going to have people that you follow, like creators, as they call them. And these are going to be videos by people that you follow. And so whether or not the content is something you like, it's more, again, it's kind of like Instagram, where you're going to follow someone and you'll like some pictures and you won't like others, but that's how it works. Now, if you want to know more about someone, you can you can't swipe to the right. You can click on their icon if you're on the following side of the TikTok, and then you can see their videos. If you're on the For You page, you can again swipe to the right, and then that'll take you to all of their videos. And you can see what some people do, which I actually really like, is when they have this little screen cap on the video. So when you're not clicking on it, you can see it has little captions that says, oh, what is she hiding? Does this sound make you famous? Which outfit do you prefer? So that you can kind of see what the videos are about. Because if it didn't have those, they'd all look really similar and it'd be hard to decide, oh, do I want to click on one? What is her content even about? I like this one video, but what else does she have? So what's nice is you can put those little captions on it to be like, oh, what is she hiding? That looks interesting. I want to know. So that's a great hack to get more attention on it. Now you have your standard like button here, the heart. You have your comments. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to swipe. That's going to be a thing. You definitely are going to accidentally swipe a few times, but it's okay. The arrow is the share button, and you can text, you can message, Snapchat, Instagram, again, share it wherever you want. You can also save it. You can also say you're not interested. So if you don't like that kind of content, you can be like, not for me. Then they have the discover page. So this is where, again, you can look up certain hashtags. You can, dog person, that's a great one. Why wouldn't I want to look at a dog person hashtag and look at dog videos all day? That is something I would love. See, it knows me. But you can search. So if there's a video that you wanted, or if you want to search real estate and see what's out there, you can say real estate, search, and then you're going to get, okay, look, how I became a millionaire by 25. That's an interesting video. My eyes went right to that. I'm going to click on it. I really want to know. And I'm going to like it because that's super cool. Then if you want to know more about the sound people are using, you can click on the little spinning record in the corner in the bottom right. And that's going to take you to the sound, which, at the moment you can't hear. But if you like a sound, you can scroll through and see all the videos that people have done using that sound. And what's good about this is how you can really see what those challenges are. And when you see, you're like, okay, I'm starting to see a couple videos that have the same trend. Like they use the same music and then they kind of do this little dance, or they do a certain type of video to a certain sound. You can go through and kind of view them all and then say, oh, okay, I kind of get this. I bet I could do a real estate version, or I bet I could do my own version. That's a great way of doing it. And then you can add the sound to your favorites too, so that if you ever want to use the sound, then you can go back in and do that. Now, if you go to, now that I'm going to go back, you have your account page. If you go to the me on the bottom right, you can also see, all the videos you've liked. My account's private. So there's that. But you can go to your favorites and then you can see the videos, hashtags, sounds. So again, I have sounds that I like listening to because I like the videos that people tend to do with it. And so then now that I've liked those sounds and I've saved them, then that goes into my algorithm. So whenever videos with that sound are created, they tend to pop up on my algorithm more often than other videos, just because they already know I like the sound. Now, if you want to create a new video, and again, pardon me while we have this whole angle and everything, I'm going to be talking here and also talking here. So there's that. But what's cool about TikTok is, again, you have all these buttons. So you can flip the camera. I'm not going to do that, but up in the upper right, you have the speed. So you can speed it up. You can change the speed or slow it down if you want to do slow-mo, which I think is a great hack if you want to do dance videos, because then you don't have to know it super well. You can just slow it down and it looks good. There's beauty. This is a beauty mode. So it just makes you look nice, I guess, makes your skin look shiny and smooth, which we could all use. There's filters. So if you want to add, your typical just color filters to make it look better. They have landscapes. So it's going to change the background colors. You can do fun ones. I don't know. I guess this is for food specifically. That's interesting. See, I'm still poking around on this app too. So there's always going to be updates. There's going to be things. But all of these different filters you can use. You can exit by clicking on the little exit, no cancel button. You can do a timer. So if you want to step away, like if you set your phone down and click start and then back up, it'll go for 3 seconds or 10 seconds. So then 10-second timer, you start the countdown, you can walk away, video something far away, and then come back to it. So let's say I'm going to keep it at 1 speed. So we're going to make that go away. And you can do effects over here on the left. So I know there's really fun ones on here, and the filters can be cool. So I know that there's one, I think I've saved a couple here. This one is a popular filter, and it's like the friendliness of your face. So it's like there's a trend that goes, oh, can you go from 0 to 100? So you have to look really serious. Let's see if I can do it. See, I can't get to 0, but the goal is to get to unhappy enough that you are down to 0 all the way to 100. So that's just a good example. Or an eye color, filter where you blink and it changes color. Or I don't know, there's some hair color with, I don't know. They have really cool filters though. They look really realistic, so they're fun to play with. You can also upload a video. So if you want to upload photos or let's say a listing video, and then you can either talk over it or add music to it or whatever. Then if you want to change the length of the video down here, you're going to see it's currently on 15 seconds. If I swipe it to the side at the very bottom here, then now it's going to be 60 seconds long. And then if you swipe it all the way to the right, you'll have these templates. And these, I'm like, sometimes you can use them, but these get a little more complicated. Definitely takes some poking around, like this morph. They create transitions between the different video segments, which I'll show you. Oops. Didn't mean to exit all the way out. which I'll show you how this works. So I'm going to do a 60-second just because I can illustrate a little bit better. So let's say I'm going to do a quick snippet of video where I'm talking, hello, this is not super interesting, look at my beautiful bookshelf, ha ha ha, stop. Now, let's say I'm going to do a second. You're going to see that up here, up at the top, there's a little like up here, there we go, I'll gesture on the screen, that there's this bar saying, okay, I've used that much time, and this is the 15-second mark, so I've used probably 5 seconds of that. So then I can do a filter, and let's say I do, oh my gosh, there's too many filters, I can't pick. I do this filter, okay, and then I'm going to record again and be like, oh my gosh, now there are little hearts on my head, ah, cute, and stop. And again, you can see up here, there's another 3 seconds. And then let's say I switch one more, and we're going to do, oh, okay, it has warnings, apparently. This is flashy, this might be problematic for some people, so careful. Great, and then I'm going to, oops, I took it away, my bad. Oh, whoa, okay. I don't like this. Too many filters. Ah. So again, this is easy to get overwhelmed. Again, worth poking around, but as you can just see, it's just, there's a lot of options to make your videos fun. So sometimes if you're looking for content too, you can always just go on here and be like, who knows, maybe a filter will inspire me. I mean, so many options. So anyway, I'll do a couple more. Hello. And then I'll flip the camera and show this. Oh, look, now we're filming on here. Another peace sign. Oh, it's not focused. Hello. And we're gonna stop, and then we're gonna flip it back. Yay. And we're gonna end it. Just a lot. Anyway, I would not be a good TikTok creator. I don't know what I'm doing. Then you hit the check mark on the bottom right, and it's gonna show you all of them connected. So it's gonna splice it together. Mine's gonna look really weird because then it's gonna cut to me with a heart filter, and then it's going to cut back, and then you can just see it just automatically jumps. So you don't have to worry about cutting, trimming, any of that. Now you can adjust up at the top, you can add filters. So if I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good, I'm going to add a filter. Great. And then I want to adjust the clips. So any edits, so now that I put the filter on it, if I adjust the clips, then the filter disappears. So I would recommend starting by adjusting the clips. So if I go into the adjust clips, you can either edit the whole clip all together by dragging the red bar here. You can either go like that, or you can tap each clip here and edit it individually. So if I'm like, okay, that was a little long, I'm gonna cut that down. Then, okay, the heart one's fine. And then I'm gonna delete this clip altogether because I don't like it. And then now it just edits them all back together. And so then I can save, and now it's just gonna be the first clip, and then the second one with the hearts, and then the third one where I do the awkward peace sign, and then blah, 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 blah. So it's just going to keep going. Now I can add a sound if I want down here. I can say, okay, we're going to add either a recommended sound, or you can search. So these are some of my saved ones. Like let's say I want to do a popular song. Like it has like this whole K-pop, TikTok viral. Great, let's do a viral song. We're going to do Money Tree, because why not? That's great. And then I don't know if you'll be able to do it, but then it'll play the sound over it. So I'm going to turn this down. And then you add the song, you can add an effect, smog, gold powder. They have lots of visual effects, transitions, splits. Again, worth playing around with, not a ton of time to dive in. And then here's where you can add text. And then again, they have little fonts, so you can do handwriting, hello, drag it wherever you want. You drag with 2 fingers to make it bigger or smaller. Slant it, you can rotate it by moving your 2 fingers, and then stick it wherever you want. And then you can add stickers. So if it's like, oh, hey, like sparkles, who doesn't love sparkles? You can just add that wherever you want again. Also at the top, you have voice effects. So if you do the voice effect and then record, you can like make it sound funny, or you could do voiceover. Where you then talk over the video. So if you ever uploaded or wanted to film the video and then actually talk over it instead, that's totally a good option as well. Then you just hit next, you describe your video, that's your caption. So this would be like test, TikTok, video, and then you can add hashtags, and it'll help with these are trending right now. And honestly, I would say TikTok hashtags aren't always the most relevant. So you can just throw in whatever hashtags are popular because they're popular at the moment. It doesn't work quite the same way as Instagram. Sometimes people will search these hashtags, but more often than not, they just kind of will be popular and it's something random and then they'll go away. One that you can usually do is For You, the For You or For You page. A lot of people do that to try to get on the For You page, so that's a great one to add. You can tag any friends, anyone who's in your video with you. You can decide who can view the video, whether it's followers, friends, private, and then allow comments. You can allow a duet, all of that. So, and then you can also save it to your device. Then you just hit post, or you can save it to drafts. I'm going to do neither because I didn't like that at all. And then if you just want to cancel, you're going to return to the shooting page and it's going to take away all your edits. Now, from here, I could keep recording. I could keep making a longer video. I have like 40 more seconds that I could play around with. Or I could delete the last clip by hitting the little red X, confirm. That means the last clip is gone, so this is shortened again. And then if you want to exit out of it completely, you just hit the X, start over. Now it's disappeared all the way back down, and you're back to step one. So I'm going to turn off the camera on my phone now. Here we go. And that's really all the advice I have for you. So that was the quick breakdown of how to actually use TikTok. Again, it's going to take some playing around with to figure out the combination of music, text bubbles, stickers, and clips, and getting all of that. So my biggest advice is to just play around with it as much as you can. If you have questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I can help. Or you can always check out I'm sure there's YouTube tutorials, or if you Google it, more people will probably have a slightly more in-depth version of really how to create a TikTok specifically. And if you Google how to create text bubbles in TikToks, or how to whatever your question is, that's going to be super helpful. I did a generic overview, but again, it's not going to be as comprehensive as something that answers a specific question. So I'm always here to help. If you have those questions, just leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I really just wish you luck. I hope you have fun. Enjoy TikTok, enjoy creating content, and I will hopefully be back to talk about more social media in future episodes. So thank you again to Randy for having me on. I really appreciate it. And have a great rest of the day, Agentpreneurs.
Ashley, thank you so much for doing that. You're such a delightful guest, and your videos have been amongst our most popular. Hopefully you love what you talked about. Get started on TikTok, check it out. Now you know how to create your first video. We've shown some great success in the past with how people are using TikTok to reach new audiences. It's frankly a really fun product. It's a fun tool to use. So until tomorrow, be safe, be healthy, be happy, and we'll see you soon. Bye.